welcome to my personal coaching session with Marie, a young teenager who will be discussing some of her biggest challenges that she had to face. I'm so happy you're able to join us today. I decided to do a series of 6 sessions on various topics that Marie and I had came up with the titles that she wanted to talk about, and because has been some of her biggest struggles. I hope that you join us for the upcoming weeks to find out the other topics that we will be talking about. But today we will discuss on self-confidence. I feel it's important for young teenagers to have an opportunity to hear real life stories and talk about personal experiences so they're not feeling alone. Thank you, Marie, for doing this series with me. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me on your podcast. My name is Marie. I'm 18. I'm from Toronto. And yeah, I decided I'd like to help out with this podcast because I've, I mean, I've been through like enough things, and I feel like people that are my age as well are, you know, not comfortable or feel ashamed about certain things, or it's just like a lot of things aren't talked about, because of social media these days, and people think you're supposed to be a certain way. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I thought that I could, by talking about my experiences, could make other people feel more comfortable and, about opening up.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I really do appreciate you offering your input because I think any type of information helps everyone out there just to hear your story and experiences. But what does confidence mean to you?
Confidence, um, I feel like confidence is just, I don't know how to say this, but it's just like, as much as like you love yourself, that's what like confidence is. It's like, what's the word? I can't think of it. Oh my god. Like it's like the outer,
Any physical appearance? You think?
yeah, like it's like the physical appearance of like how much you like love yourself.
Or internally as well?
Yeah.
hmm And is confidence something you have or is it something you create?
I know, definitely I feel like confidence is like something that's like, I mean, you create it within yourself.
hmm And doing different things that builds your confidence, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, like, what has been your experience when dealing with no confidence at all? How have you been feeling about that?
I mean, like I feel like up until I was in like my last year of high school, I was very like unconfident with how I looked and just felt about myself. Growing up, I didn't have that like, I mean, like nobody taught me about self-confidence really, and I was just kind of told negative things about myself, and I mean that kind of is where my low self-confidence started with. But like I said, that is something that you learn, and you're definitely able to turn that around, and I'm a lot more confident than I was when I was in high school, or before that as well.
Well, it's funny that you said no one, you said earlier, you said no one taught me. So what do you think you needed to learn for someone to teach you that?
I ended up just becoming with a friend. I ended up becoming friends with this girl that was like very confident in herself, and she just kind of, I just saw the way that she carried herself and how that affects like the life around her
Mhm.
and her like relationships with, and like with everything, people, and it's just like I just saw how much she loves herself. Like she literally is like, yes, like I am that girl, like she believes it, and then she like, knows it, and you can see it. And that's like kind of how I was like, oh goddamn, I need to fix something about myself then if I want to be like her.
So that was the sort of your first time that you realized that
Yeah.
your confidence was lower? Mhm.
hmm
So what were the 3 things about her that you was striking to you? Was it the way she walked, the way she talked, the way she dressed? Which one was
It
it?
was like everything, like, yeah, like the way that she walked and talked, definitely, like even just from the little things like her posture and like the way that she physically carries herself, and then the way that she talks, she's just like not quiet, she's very like outgoing, like talking, she like isn't afraid to like go up to someone or like say something, you know And like even when she talks about herself, she's like, it's nothing like negative really. She's never talking about how like she needs to fix something about herself or whatever. It's just like things that like she only says like good things about herself.
Oh, it's good. So she's very positive as well.
Yeah.
So what about you? Where do you feel that you're lacking in your confidence? Is there any area that you felt you were
I
lacking?
was lacking in every like aspect. Like I was just so like I was just as, like I don't know, like I didn't like myself at all. And, like that's how it seemed, and that's like what I attracted, you know, like we don't like yourself, like nobody else, like, you know, how's anybody else supposed to like you if you don't even like yourself?
Absolutely.
I'm
That's
not saying that like I had nobody and like nobody liked me and all that, but definitely I like my quality of friendships and everything overall became a lot better when I guess like my like self-confidence and like self-worth went up.
so do you think you still need to work on that?
Yeah, and I feel like everyone's always working on it, right? There's no one in the world that's like super, everybody has their ups and downs, right?
Mhm.
Like even the most confident person in the world will have those days still. So like obviously, and I have like less of those days now, and that's just something that you're like always working on, I guess.
So you talked about being positive. So if you become having a negative feeling that day, how would you turn that around to make it into a positive one?
You know, sometimes I also have borderline personality disorder,
Mhm.
so that makes my like sense of self and self identity. I mean, that's a whole other thing, and the intrusive thoughts and all of this and that. It's a bit, it's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, but when I can catch myself and like stop myself, you literally just, I, what I think about is like saying the exact like that bad thing that you said about yourself. Just think of like the exact opposite. Just like literally flip that into like the negative like whatever the exact opposite word for that is, just use that for yourself instead of what you just said, you know? Like stop yourself, be like, no. Like if you're like, oh, I'm ugly, this and that, I need to lose weight. Literally be like, I'm okay, wait, girl, stop. I'm gorgeous and my body is beautiful just the way it is. So what was that about?
Mhm. That's exactly it. Well, you're a very, very attractive young lady. Um, I mean, just, I know that, just looking at you. You're very attractive. So the last thing you want to do is look in the mirror and say that you're not, because you're a very attractive young lady.
Yeah, well, so is every other girl out there, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
everybody has their
and
qualities.
boy, ooh, we're not.
You're absolutely right. Everybody has attraction and everybody has beauty within themselves, right? In different ways. It could be internally, it could be out externally, it could be just different things about them. So you're absolutely right. So having low self-esteem, how does that impact you with your friends?
I mean, I guess like you just attract like those same types of people that like just sit around and like in their own miserableness, and you just kind of sit there and like talk shit about yourselves. I don't know, you know, I didn't have that many friends, and I just felt like everyone like hated me type thing. So I like didn't talk to anyone really. I don't know. It was kind of like a sad
Yeah.
situation. But yeah, but then I ended up in high school. Like ended up switching high schools, and like that's when I really started working on my self confidence and stuff like that. And like my friendships, like I became like friends with like some of the most amazing people, and like I became like friends with my like the girls I'm best friends with today still. And like those friendships are like good friendships and like positive and like uplifting, and they're also like obviously they struggle with self-confidence as well, but they're for the most part very they try to be, you know, like I said, everybody has those days. So
A good support system is really important with your friends, right? When you're having a bad day, then the other person can build you up and that builds your confidence as well.
yeah.
So do you think it's better to be alone or to have bad friends around you?
No, I feel like if you have it's better to be alone for a little bit than having those bad friendships, because you're with your own company, you can choose the way that you're going to make yourself feel. Those people that are constantly bringing you down Like, do you need that? I don't think so. Like, you really don't need that. Like, oh, trust me, you'll find someone better. Like, just trust me. You can go out there, you'll find better friends. It's okay. It's fine to be alone for a little bit. It's definitely like more than okay to be alone for a little bit and work on yourself so that you can go out there and attract all those the people that you know the people that you want to be around, the people that are gonna make you feel good after hanging out with them, not drain.
Mm-hmm. So if one of your friends is having a bad day and they're feeling low self-esteem, how do you as a friend bring them up? What do you do?
Well, first of all, you bring them back to earth by being like, excuse me, look at yourself for a second. You are beautiful. You're all this and that and more. Like, put your head up, queen. Your crown is falling. Like, obviously, I'll literally sit there and tell them every beautiful detail about themselves, and I will literally compliment every single thing. Okay, your nails, your pinky nail on your foot is beautiful, girl. Like, just be their hype man.
Good, good. Okay. So how does it work in school? Like when you see low self-esteem or you had low self-esteem earlier, how was it in school for you?
Like I said, before, like, I switched to my new school, and that was like my first 2 years of high school. That's when I had like the lowest self-esteem. Yeah, that's just like, I mean, because you just feel like shit all the time. You're
Yeah.
just kind of moping around and you're just really insecure all the time. You feel like the world is against you. I don't know. It's just not fun.
Does it affect your schoolwork?
Yeah, definitely. Like, well, yeah, because confidence affects everything, like your ability to even like, because then you feel stupid and you feel like I'm not good at anything and blah, 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 when you're not confident. And that obviously, and that's how it shows up in real life. If that's what you think, that's what's going to happen, right? So like, I was out there being like, I'm stupid and this and that, and I can't do these tests. I can't write none of this. So was not getting good grades at all. Like, I literally, I don't know. I failed math like 3 times in high school. Like, no, I mean, math is just not my thing either. But still, like, if I had higher confidence, I probably wouldn't have failed it. But then when like in grade 12, I was really like hyping myself up. Like, I was really using those affirmations and doing everything that I could to boost my confidence. And I ended up graduating high school with honors.
Wow.
And like, I got a scholarship to the university. So that's when, you see your mindset really affects everything.
You said it, you just said the word mindset. So if you change your mindset into a positive way and, look at it as helping yourself and achieving and your own goals, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all about mindset, and you're absolutely right. The other people with kids that are going through low self-esteem in school, they tend to get anxiety, stress, they feel depressed. If you had to tell somebody out there to change that, what did you do, or what would you suggest to them to do?
You can't make anybody do anything, right? You really gotta tell them that, like, listen, buddy, I can sit here and tell you and lecture you about all these things that like I did and what you can do, but you have to want to do it. Cause if you don't, like, what's the point of me sitting here? Like, there are things that you like, obviously so many things that you can tell someone, but it, like, realistically, they have to want it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to want to change their life, or you have to want to change your life in order to change your life. Like, no one can do it for you. No one's gonna do it for you. It's like you.
But there's a lot of peer pressure out there. A lot of kids are just pushing you. They want you to, they push you to get into bad things or push you into a lot of just areas that you might not want to go into. So how do you see, as an 18-year-old, how do you get out of that?
I really don't see like that much peer pressure. Like, yes, there is, but like I said, no one's gonna hold a gun to your head being like, do this crack with me or die. No one's trying to give their drugs out for free, first of all, my friend. Second of all, like, I really didn't, like, you don't see that much peer pressure unless it's like drunk people being like, take a shot with me, take a shot with me. But at the same time, it's up to you. You don't want to drink, you don't want to take that shot, you're not, like, don't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna make you do it. Like,
And you also know there's a consequence for everything you do. If you choose to take drugs, there's a consequence. If you choose to hang out with bad people, there's a consequence. And it's all on you. It's not the other person anymore. You own that, right? You own that. Yeah. So it's by choice. No one's, like you just said, no one's forcing you to do it. It's all by choice. So if you choose to do all those things, the consequence ends on you.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. If you got yourself in a situation where you didn't want to hang out with a bunch of bad kids, how do you get yourself out of it?
I like that I was hanging out with a lot of people that weren't necessarily great, that were, doing all these bad things and they were not getting me into it, it's like it was there and it was my choice always for me to try anything, do anything, but like that was, not necessarily the best for myself or whatever, but it was my choice to leave those people. Like it sucks, because you're like, oh, they're my friends, but are they really your friends? If they're not really your friends, if at the end of the day they don't care at the end of the day, if you can tell that, then why? Like, why are you doing that to yourself?
Yeah, very good.
Just leave, you'll find someone better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not hanging out with those bunch of people if you're not feeling good being around them, right? I think everybody should have a purpose as well. You should have a purpose in life and put your energy into something good, and that builds your confidence, so that really helps you to continue and want to get better and be better for yourself, right? So if you, do you have anyone else other than your friend that you admire? Do you have like a movie star or somebody like that, or a teacher that you've like looked up to as a mentor, or that as a person that you really saw as self-confidence?
We have a family friend. She's 10 years older than me. Yeah. And she used to babysit me when I was younger. Like our parents had both like, they're like immigrants, from Russia and Ukraine. So, and she's just literally like, she's very tall. She's like very thin, um, but oftentimes people like would like, like if they would call her anything like for being like very skinny, like people call her like anorexic or whatever, but still I she never like took anyone's shit like that. And she's very confident and you can see it, She got herself through school and like I said, parents are like, I mean, she's an immigrant too. She's a border officer. She's a border officer. She's married to an engineer. She has 2 kids. She's 28. She owns and they own a house. They go on vacation. Like she got like because like she put her mind to it and she like got there and did that. I was like, damn, like she really did that. Like she really like did that, and like I'm just like, wow. Like
She achieved her goals to build. She had a motive, of life, and she had sort of a purpose, and she seemed to just continue building it. And so that's an attraction for you, is seeing someone that shows confidence.
Yeah.
This person. Okay. So do you think you can see yourself moving towards something like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a plan?
See, like that's the thing. Okay, everyone's always like, oh, what do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know right now, but I just want to enjoy my life. That my goal in life is to enjoy life. Just every day, just enjoy my life. Like, I don't have to know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't have to always have a plan. Yeah, I just, like, my goal is to enjoy life.
Okay. What's enjoying life for you?
By the end of every day, if that was my last day to live, I would be happy with that. Like that's just how like I feel like.
So getting up, being positive, being confident in yourself, that would be helpful?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So what qualities do you think people need to be confident? Do you have any idea of that?
Humble and like kind, but not only to others, but to yourself. Like truly kindness, it goes like both ways, to yourself and to everyone else. And just like loving, and again to yourself and to everything around you. And
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to say a few things. Probably modeling confidence all the time would be good, is always feel it, right? Be positive and really look towards changing your life in a positive way.
Mhm.
And also maybe accept mistakes if you do, right? Because nobody's perfect. Don't get hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Praise yourself with a lot of accomplishments when you do succeed, right? Is a good thing too, is be happy and proud of it.
Mhm.
But challenge yourself to learn new things. That's another thing that maybe could is setting yourself up for strong confidence.
Mhm.
And don't be afraid to do new things or take a little bit of a risk. What do you feel about that? Taking, it's
Oh yeah, do it. I love doing it. Just
yeah.
do it.
What,
Whatever you want
what
to
is
do
a risk for you? What does that mean?
it. I don't know, like honestly just like doing things that like you're scared of.
Okay.
I don't know, literally just that, doing things that you like that like make you nervous.
Give me an example. What would one thing be for you?
Well, like first of all, my appearance, like I change my hair color a lot. I have like tattoos. I do my makeup. Like I like to do it a little, not like everybody else. It's things like that because in high school I was very much basic. I was very much blonde hair, blue eyes, very basic outfits and everything like that. And that's not what I look up to people that like kind of dress and look the way that I do now, and it's like, it's out of my comfort. It was out of my comfort zone at first, but now it's like what I'm comfortable in.
Yeah, that's good. Being yourself, right?
Mhm.
What works for you. And you're going to go through different stages of life where you might like
Mhm.
different things.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Your
that's
job
good.
changes and everything changes. Like, it's okay as long as you feel good in what you're in.
Yeah. So having confidence, what do you think does for your well-being?
I feel like that just makes like once you're mentally good, like everything else like gets better, right? Like you'll definitely have more energy and like just more of that serotonin. Everything will just like be, you'll have you'll be treating yourself better, right? By like eating like whatever, however you think is good for you. Like you're, just making your body feel good, and I guess
Yeah,
that's
you'll want to take care of your well-being,
Mhm.
right? And you'll be a lot happier. You'll feel a lot more successful in just your life every day, which would be good, right?
Mhm.
So what advice would you give other teenagers out there with confidence, either in building it or, rechanging your life to feel confident? What advice would you give?
Literally be yourself and love yourself. Do the things that you want to do because you think that everybody else cares, but nobody cares. As everybody is too busy thinking about themselves. And once you feel good, and you will look good doing, what makes you feel good, you will look good, and everybody around you will see yourself. Like you've never seen a confident person, like, they can be wearing whatever they want, and like nobody's gonna say, like, who says anything? No one. Girl, just do it. Yeah, you're gorgeous, you got this, you can do that.
Okay. Very good, very good. Well, I'd like to end it with 4 things to build self-confidence is think of things that are really good. Everyone has a strength and a talent.
Mhm.
Set achievable goals, things that you can accomplish.
Mhm.
Find a goal that really works for you and work towards it. And even maybe pick up a new hobby of something too can build your self-confidence. There's a lot of other things out there too. And I'm really happy that we did this topic. I think it's great. And I think other teenagers out there, hopefully they listen and they'll get something out of it. So
Mhm.
thank you again, Marie, for participating and offer your input. It's very valuable for you and for other teenagers who are struggling with self-esteem.
Thank you for
So
having me.
yeah, so keep checking the website for the listeners out there. And we do have other topics we're going to be talking about. And life, I always say, life doesn't have to be difficult. There's always a workable solution. And again, thank you for joining us.